Hello, I'm Alistair Charlton, technology reporter for the International Business Times. Today we're going to look at the Nokia Lumia 920. It's Nokia's flagship Microsoft Windows Phone 8 phone. It's got a 4.5-inch screen, and what's most important is that it's got a pure view camera with special lens floating technology. As you can see from the phone, it's got a very brightly coloured polycarbonate case and a Gorilla Glass fronted screen. The first thing you notice about the phone is the weight. It's really heavy. I mean, this thing feels like it's made of lead. And the reason for that is that it's got a floating lens technology in the camera. What that means is that the lens is suspended by springs. And what that means is that it's much more stable than on a regular smartphone camera. So when you're taking photos at night, for example, you can keep the shutter open for longer, get in more light, and take a much better photo. We've taken photos with this at night and compared it with other phones like the iPhone and the Samsung Galaxy S3, and this is in a different league. It's really very, very impressive. The 4.5-inch screen has a resolution of 1280 by 768, and that gives a pixel density of 332 per inch, which is higher than the iPhone 5, so it really means that you've got really crisp, sharp text and pictures. Inside, the phone has a 1.5 GHz dual-core processor, and that's not as quick as some other phones on paper, like the Galaxy S3 or the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, but when you're running Windows Phone 8, it absolutely flies. It's really very, very quick when you're browsing through the menus and opening apps, multitasking. There's really no problems at all here with loading things up quickly and getting your work done. The only small issue I've got with the performance is occasionally when you open Twitter and other apps, you might get a small loading screen that says resuming. It's annoying. That shouldn't be happening with a phone of this power when you've got other phones on the market that open things instantly. It really should be quicker than it is. It's a really very heavy phone. It weighs at 185 grams, which is 1.5 times as much as the iPhone 5, and it's even slightly more than the Galaxy Note 2, which is a much larger phone. It makes the phone seem much heavier than it should. It's a 4.5-inch screen. You'd expect it to perhaps be a little bit bigger considering the weight of the phone, but we're willing to let that go given that it's got that great camera technology inside. HTC also has a couple of Windows Phone 8 devices on the market at the moment, but they don't really have any extra apps on top of what Microsoft has already given it. With the Nokia though, things are a bit different. Nokia has gone ahead and included several of its own applications, such as Nokia Care, City Lens, Drive Plus, Maps and Music. City Lens is a location-based augmented application. And what you can do is you can look at local services, businesses, shopping centres, whatever you might need that are nearby to you. Now we're indoors at the moment, so obviously you can't see the shops, but still it's showing where they are in relation to us. So to sum up then, the Nokia Lumia 920, it's different and it's a little bit of a compromise. Yes, it's a heavy phone. Yes, it's very brightly coloured. Some people might not like that. But if you see through these perhaps little quirks, what's underneath is a really good phone. It's powerful enough. Windows Phone 8 works really well. And the camera is probably the best camera on any smartphone at the moment. It really is that good. The photos we've taken at night with it are better than anything else we've used. The compromise is, well, it weighs a little bit more than it should. It does feel heavy, and even after a week of using it, we're still finding it quite heavy. And with Windows Phone 8 being quite new, not many applications have been made just yet. Hopefully that'll improve when the developers get their hands on it and make some more. For £520 for the 32GB model, we'd say we're quite impressed with it, and we're looking forward to seeing what else Nokia and Windows Phone 8 will bring in the near future. I'm Alistair Charlton, technology reporter for the International Business Times UK.